I don't even know where to start. If I had £1 for every time I've had one of my tutees say this to me. Sometimes my tutees will come to me with a problem that they've been set as a homework problem from school that they're struggling to solve. A problem that they've come across in their textbook or a past paper or wherever they've got it from. And when I ask them what they've tried to do to solve the problem, this is their response. I didn't even know where to start. So to me, this points towards several possibilities, but amongst them are, one, you haven't even tried to find somewhere to start, and two, you don't understand the problem. There may be other possibilities, but these are probably the main two. Now, of course, it may happen that you fully understand the problem and you've made several attempts at the problem and still failed to find a solution. And of course, this happens, but this is not the case that I'm talking about. The fact is that some people just don't want to try, or even in some cases, they don't know how to try. They feel that the solution to a problem should be immediately apparent. Maybe they get this impression from the worked solutions presented to them in their textbooks and in the classroom, where polished worked solutions are given to problems. But in reality, there's often a lot of work that has to go into actually finding a solution to certain problems. But some people just don't get this. They expect that the solution should just flow out of their pen onto the page effortlessly. And when it doesn't, it never seems to occur to them that this is actually normality and that this just means that it's time for them to get their thinking caps on. But there's also the case where the student's just attempting to solve a problem that is way beyond them right now. Maybe they've come across the relevant concepts involved in the problem, but they don't understand those concepts on a deep enough level to understand the problem at hand. And sometimes, rather than starting with simple problems and working up through the levels of difficulty, people try to jump straight into exam-style problems and doing problems under exam conditions after only just being introduced to a brand new technique. And in some cases, they may not have even encountered the relevant concepts at all, in which case the problem may as well be written in a language that they don't understand. If you don't understand the problem thoroughly enough, then you cannot solve it. And if you don't understand what the problem is about, then it's likely that you will not understand the solution, even if you read it or even if you're shown it. What many people seem to think is that if they don't understand the problem and thus can't solve it, that their issue will be resolved by just being given the solution. And you may in fact learn how to solve this particular problem, in a sense, but you haven't acquired any further or deeper understanding of the concepts. The whole point of problem solving is to develop your understanding so that you can find solutions to other, possibly more complicated problems. Simply knowing the solution to a problem but not understanding the solution is completely useless. So here's an example of a problem where I don't even know where to start. Let P be a parabolic subgroup of G. Then the Borel subgroups of P are also Borel subgroups of G. This problem is impossible for me personally because I don't know what parabolic subgroups of a group are, and I don't know what Borel subgroups are. So unless I find out what these concepts mean and develop a suitable level of understanding of each of these concepts, then I cannot hope to solve the problem or even understand its solution. And yet, this is what people try to do all the time. Maybe they're trying to solve a problem which involves differential equations, but they don't know what a differential equation is. It's utter madness. So if you're struggling to even find a starting point with the solution to a problem, my advice would be to seriously consider the possibility that you don't yet sufficiently understand the information that you're given in the problem, and or that you don't understand what you're being asked to do. And if that's the case, and do be honest about it, then it may be wise just to leave the problem to one side for now and try some more straightforward problem. Or figure out what the problem actually involves first. You cannot solve a problem that you don't understand.